In this video today's we discuss about the motion of charged particle in a uniform magnetic field. Here the particle is projected in a plane normal to a uniform field of magnetic induction vector B. Here B vector is applied to a direction of Z axis, that is the Z direction. Therefore we expressed B vector is equal to capital B into K hat. Here K hat is the unit vector along the Z axis and capital B is the magnitude of the magnetic field vector. The particle is projected at time t is equal to 0 from the origin O with initial velocity Vj. That means initial velocity V is along the y direction. Thus the boundary condition can be expressed as at time t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0, and velocity component, that is x component, which is x dot is equal to 0. X dot means dx dt, which is Vx, and y dot is equal to V. And therefore the force equation may be expressed capital F is equal to Q into V cross B. Here Q is the amount of charge and V is the velocity of the charged particle, and capital B is the magnetic induction vector. And this equation may be written as QV into B into K hat, as B is applied along the Z direction. Therefore we can write it. And if this equation can be write in component form, that is capital F is equal to small m into I hat x double dot plus j hat y double dot. Here m is the mass of the charged particle and x double dot and y double dot is the component of acceleration, x double dot which is x component of the acceleration, and y double dot is the y component of the particle. And as the magnetic field B is the perpendicular to the direction of the motion of the charged particle, and therefore magnetic force is always lie in a plane, and therefore the force right only for x and y component. Here z component is 0, and therefore m into I hat x double dot plus j hat y double dot is equal to q into, and component of V is I hat x dot plus j hat y dot cross b k hat. And this equation say number 2, and from this equation component wise can be expressed as x double dot is equal to, that is x dot is the coefficient of I hat, and here we equate the coefficient of I hat, and obviously we see that j cross k hat is equal to I hat. Therefore x double dot is equal to qb by m into y dot is equal to omega into y dot. Here omega is equal to qb by m, and similarly y double dot is equal to minus qb by m, because here j, that is I cross k means minus j, that is y double dot is equal to minus qb by am into x dot is equal to minus omega x dot, and these two equation combinedly say equation 3. Now differentiate equation 3 with respect to time, and we find x triple dot is equal to qb by am into y double dot. Again we have y double dot is equal to minus omega x, therefore we find, putting the value of y double dot is equal to minus omega square x dot, as omega is equal to qb by am, and this equation say number 5, and y triple dot is equal to omega square y double dot. From this equation we find this, and this equation say number 6. Now taking x dot as the variable of equation 5, we may write as d square x dot by dt square is equal to minus omega square x dot, and instead of x dot, if we suppose this is equal to say x, then d square x by dt square is equal to minus omega square x. This is nothing but the equation of simple harmonic motion. In same treatment, that is the solution of this equation, say x dot is equal to a cos omega t plus c sin omega t. Now if we apply the boundary condition, that is at time t is equal to 0, x dot is equal to 0, we have find a is equal to 0. Therefore we find, after putting the value of a in the equation, which is x dot is equal to a cos omega t plus c sin omega t, we find x dot is equal to c sin omega t. Now next we apply derivative, that is x double dot is equal to c omega cos omega t, and again from previous equation we have x double dot is equal to omega y dot, and for this equation if we apply the boundary condition, which is at t is equal to 0, y dot is equal to v, and from this at t is equal to 0, that is cos 0 is equal to 0, that is c omega is equal to y omega y dot means v, that is omega v is equal to c omega, and from this we find c is equal to v. Therefore we have ultimate the constant c is equal to v, that is x dot is equal to v sin omega t, and similar way we find y dot is equal to v cos omega t. Thus we have the two solution, x dot is equal to v sin omega t and y dot is equal to v cos omega t. And if we take sum of square of these two equation, that we find x dot square plus y dot is equal to v square, and from this we say the velocity of the particle remaining constant in magnitude. Again, if we integrate the equation x dot is equal to v sin omega t and y dot is equal to v cos omega t, we find the value for x and y. That means the position of the charged particle at any instant of time. For this, that is x dot is equal to v sin omega t. If we integrate it, that is x is equal to minus v by omega cos omega t plus constant. As our boundary condition at t is equal to 0, x is equal to 0, that means 0 is equal to minus v by omega plus cos constant. Therefore constant is equal to v by omega. Ultimately we find x is equal to v by omega into 1 minus cos omega t. In similar way, applying the boundary condition, we find y is equal to v by omega sin omega t. Thus, we have at any instant of time the position of the charged particle, which is x and y. And from these two equation, if we add this after taking square of, that is x minus v by omega square plus omega square is equal to v square by omega square. This equation is our very common equation, as we are already know from the coordinate geometry of circle. That means it is the nothing but the equation of a circle whose radius is v by omega and origin of the circle at a point v by omega by comma 0. As we consider the radius a is equal to v by omega, that is, we may say the center at a comma 0. It can be seen from the trajectory that the magnetic force, as given by in equation 1, is directed towards the center of the circle and acts as a centripetal force, which is mv square by a is equal to qvb. Here the centripetal force mv square by a, which is the mechanical term we already know, and here centripetal force is supplied, which is nothing but magnetic force, and which is amount of qvb, and momentum of the charged particle p is equal to mv is equal to, from this we find bqa, as v and v is cancelled, that is bqa, and kinetic energy k is equal to half mv square, that's equal to p square by 2m, is equal to p square v square b square by 2m. And time period of the circular trajectory, which is capital T, is equal to twice pi a by v is equal to twice pi m by qb is equal to twice pi into m by qb, and angular frequency, which is say omega c, is equal to twice pi by t is equal to qb by m. Now here we discuss another case, as in previous case is special case. Here we discuss the general case, that is the charged particle enter any arbitrary direction with velocity v, making an angle theta with the b factor, that is magnetic induction factor. And in this case, the velocity v can be resolved into two components. Another is v cos theta, which is v parallel along b, and v sin theta is equal to v perpendicular to b factor. The parallel component remains unaffected because its interaction with b does not give rise any force, because no force acting on it. The normal component, the v perpendicular, gives rise to circular motion with period t is equal to twice by m by qb, and combining a circular motion in a plane normal to capital B and uniform translational motion along B, the path is seen to be helix, as mv square by a is equal to qvb, that is a is equal to mv by qb. Using this, the radius of the helix is rho is equal to mv sin theta by qb. Here we get, as from circular motion, a is equal to mv by qb, and here v is replaced by v sin theta, therefore the radius of the helix rho is equal to mv sin theta by qb. Now we define pitch, that is the pitch is the distance between successive motion, the successive turn. It is the distance traveled by the particle along the direction of b in one period. The pitch is equal to capital T into V cos theta, that's equal to twice pi into mv cos theta by qv. This is the value of pitch. Thank you.